So I'm going to call the COA board meeting for October 21st, 2025. It is 9:44 a.m. And I need to mention that this meeting is recorded by Area 58. So if we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, that would be great. Watch the wires on the floor.
Yeah.
Jean's gonna be the one falling over. Don't be careful. Okay, yeah, no.
Who's the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I need a minute to look over the minutes.
You got the sheriff's department out, good.
They were wonderful.
Yeah, did great guys.
Oh my heavens, did
Yeah.
you see it? It was clean.
Yeah.
They did
I
a
saw
lot.
the truck there one day.
Two of them.
Was one of them, Paul Goldie? He's from town.
I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't get to, I only know one person.
Yeah.
That was the organizer. Okay, is everyone all set? Could I have a motion to accept the minutes for September 16th?
I make a motion to accept the minutes of September 16th.
Can I have a second?
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
And then I put the word out for the cat people, anybody in the park. And so far, no, nothing.
No, nothing was.
No one has accepted.
Oh, for the freaks.
Yep.
the free one. Yeah, it's a commitment. That's
So
why.
is that for, to see if someone would
Yeah.
join and be
Yes.
helpful to that?
Yeah, it's a commitment, you know, and that's the thing about it, the commitment. But that's why that, if you wanna.
Oh, thank you.
You can pass it around. Yeah, it's a really big commitment. He's been doing it, Richard from Duxbury has been doing it for a long time.
Fancy little paper holes.
Well, the other one hurts your hands. This one's updated, 21st century.
Look at that. Oh, easy to push, easy, easy.
You do that all the time. You really have to, I got tons of water.
Okay,
Oh, my heavens,
great.
purgatory.
So that's approved. That approves. Darlene, budget update?
Okay, budget update. Everything's, we have our budget coming up, that we FY '27 budget to go over. Budget for revolving account and the gifts account. Actually, these accounts pretty, it's good, it's in good position. We pay, as I mentioned before, we pay the instructors out of that
You got it.
account for the gifts and activity.
You're welcome.
And then the transportation, we're still gonna be paying for anything having to do with the vans I have to understand how this new process with the So from what I understand, we still pay
Thank you.
for any of the inspection stickers, anything that's servicing on our vans. We still have to go through the revolving account.
On your budget.
Because it's a
Yeah.
revolving account. But from what I understand, that the GAFR account that's been set up, that's a different type of an account, where then I would have to go in front of the board, the select board, to let them know if I can spend like X amount of dollars for, you know, to fix the van, or to have even,
And the revolving fund, that's town appropriated money?
no.
To tell me that, no, where does that money come from?
It's from the collections when we take our transportation. I've seen, you know, the members around.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone that needs a ride, you know, somewhere for their medical appointments and stuff. So that goes right into that account. And, yeah, and that's what we use to fund, you know, the expenses. And thankfully, we haven't had any major issues yet. Because we've had, the highway department's been wonderful. Tom, over there at the highway department, he's really good, fixes anything and everything. So anytime we have inspections done daily, and by the van drivers before they even take them out. And then once we do that, if they find that there is a potential issue, we will then investigate that and bring that right over, and then we get it documented so that we have it documented and it goes into a book, and we retain that just in case anything should
And
happen.
the vans are fixed where? Obviously not at the highway department.
Yeah.
Oh, they are fixed at the highway
Yeah, right
department.
now they are.
So
yeah.
then the town eats that, so it's not like an
Yeah,
expense,
so,
correct?
yeah, so basically, yeah, and it comes out of that particular, because it's
Yeah.
his time and time.
Right,
Tom's time.
yeah,
Out of the highway department to take a look at the van, so it is coming out of the town.
right,
town
okay.
funding. But technically, if you really want to
But
think
it's,
about it.
but you're paying for any,
Right,
like
Parts or whatever.
and things
Yeah,
like
so
So
that.
that's coming out, of okay.
yeah, so if he does need to get a part at
Mhm.
whatever, he would let us know and then, or present us with the bill.
Does that happen too with the cruises and everything else that he works on? Is it the same theory?
I believe, I don't know, I can't answer
Mhm.
that, but
You
I
know.
think. But I would think at some point in other towns, some of the towns that do have the GATRA, they actually have GATRA buses that are owned, you know, that are operated by GATRA. And they
Right.
don't have to go to Taunton to actually get them serviced there, you know, so, yeah. So that's what happens, but we don't do that. We are putting in for a new van through a grant.
Mhm.
Remember I mentioned it was a large grant, because, I mean, we could still apply for that grant through the MBTA or MassDOT. The only thing is, with the condition that the town would approve the MBTA. So there was a probability you go through the process of writing this grant, which is a pretty significant grant and lengthy. But I attended the meeting and I asked that question, if the town is not did not approve the MBTA, where did it leave us, you know, if we were to apply for this loan and we wouldn't get it. So I reached out.
Was it a loan or they were gonna just?
I'm sorry, the grant. It's a grant for,
Right.
to
So,
get the.
wow, that would be for like a whole van, like
Yeah.
a brand new
Yeah.
COA van?
Yeah, we wouldn't have to go get, yeah.
And we're gonna probably lose out on that if
Yeah,
we're not
there's a
gonna
lot
be
of
in
losses
compliance.
because of that vote.
Yeah, we would never,
Yeah.
they would never allow it. So say I
Yeah.
write the grant, and they say, oh, you got the
Mhm.
grant based on what you wrote, but we would never actually get
Mhm.
or have the grant
Yeah.
approved.
How much do you think those, like a new COA van would be?
About $93,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
At
because it's the lift, the lift in it, you know, because we have to have the hydro lift on it, and, you know, they're pretty expensive. And the one that we have is 2013, and it's going good, but it does have some concerns that going forward it could potentially, so we want to make sure that we
So
have
it's
it.
12 years old?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the regulations have changed too, but it passes at least, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it does pass, and yeah, they wouldn't let it go,
Mhm.
you know, and we don't typically have it, people like it for some, because of the way the lift is in the back, it's easier for them to
Right.
use it, and then easier for people to get in and out, whereas the other van, which is a 2020, I like it, it looks good, but from what I understand, to remove the seats and then try to get somebody in is a little bit more cumbersome. So it's not as user-friendly, I
Mhm.
guess, in terms of the hydro lift or getting someone into, with their walker, or, I'm sorry, with the wheelchair.
Mhm.
So that's the only thing about that. And of course, the minivan, we like to use the minivan often because of the fact it's not as much gas. So, especially the trips into Boston. We're getting calls now. I mean, most of the people that are coming now are using just the fact that we offer this van service. Because, you know, not a lot of towns do offer that service that go right into Boston. And then even to Burlington, stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, I guess we've always been doing something like that. Before I got here, it was probably even more open to where we would pick up people at nursing homes. And we got into a point where we had to reel it in a little bit too, you know, because of liability. So, but yeah, we do a lot for in terms of transportation, and it's a good thing. And I try to. That's why I think by having the GATRA services or being part of GATRA, it's supporting the community here, because we would have a lot more expenses.
Mhm.
You know, because we do offer something that's unique to our town and to the people here. So to our members, I should say. So budget's good in terms of that. I'm waiting, I gotta get some more information. The state budget's coming up, I'm gonna be preparing for that now. So the survey's due at the end of this month. The budget's due the end of this month. Everything's due
Budget to you, so you have to submit a budget to the state?
We have to do it, we're doing it, we're in the process of completing a survey for the state where they consolidate the surveys from all the COAs, and that survey information then goes into a report that's a 5-year projection for the state of Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're consolidating.
Is that like, how many programs did you have? How many people attended programs? Staff hours, things like
Yeah,
that? Kind of like my Yaris report, yeah.
Yeah, so it's how many hours, volunteer hours were presented, or, you know, did your center offer for that fiscal period? And then also to, you know, what the dollars and cents of that, that it ended up saving in terms of the volunteers, but also the in-kind programs that are being offered. For instance, when we did have the, you know, the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department come and support us in terms of cleaning up the center and the outside, which they've actually offered to do the inside and painting our dining hall. So I have to check to see if that's okay to do. But they said, you know, we're there to support you, And like when they came in, it was like, they didn't do just a little surface things. They really dug up even some
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
pavement areas. you
Right,
know.
right. Yeah, the good crew.
And
Didn't you
then,
do that a couple years ago?
yes,
So
they
they took over
did.
your job?
Yep.
How
Uh-oh.
about that?
They didn't, you got all, you've been so busy.
better job.
No, it was all those, and but they had the construction, that's the thing.
Right.
The
Yeah.
construction just, turned it upside down, which is good, we needed to have that construction.
Yeah,
But
that
then it
was
put it
nice,
in-
the parking area there, that's
Yeah.
better.
So we needed to, kind of get ourselves together because they put different, what do you call it, landscaping timbers there and stuff like that. So we're hoping that somebody would be able to come forth and donate some mulch, so we can put it over the beds. And then we'll do it in the spring, but just a light mulching
Mhm.
would be nice. So we did that. We actually had North River come, I'm jumping right into the activities and plan event. So we had North River Collaborative approach us, and two of their students are coming to our center, and on a Thursday for an hour and a half, sometimes two, and I have them upstairs going through a lot of that stuff and bagging it, so that when the day comes and we go to move, it'll be, easy to do. So what they did, they were wonderful. They came in, Connor and Brendan, and they have a coach with them. So they come in and they labeled everything. So put everything in a bag. So I'm gonna have the seniors take a look at what they don't need or what they do need. But everything has been cleaned in one of the rooms. And now we're gonna go into another section. So
So what kind of
the
stuff is
craftsman-
that?
In terms of,
Like what they bagged and everything?
well, there's a lot of older materials
Like
that were,
scrap crafts,
Yeah.
craft stuff?
well, these are like from, quilting. Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry to interrupt. Fred, when you're finished with the meeting, can you just stop into the clerk's office? We need something we need you to sign. Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
apologize for
Yeah, thank you. So we got all that materials together. It was the quilting material, and some of it was, it's been there for a long time, huh? And then they cleaned they put it all in a bag and then labeled it and so on. So we'll have seniors, because I asked, I don't want them going upstairs because it's a little bit cumbersome to go up there.
I have a problem. I have pictures, all kinds of memorabilia for scrapbooking and stuff that I took, and there's no way I can do it because I don't know the people. I want to bring it back,
Okay.
but there's a lot.
Oh, what's a lot?
A big
Boxes?
box.
Oh, a box. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it might be something for some of the older seniors
Yeah.
to go through, because some of them I do know, like rosary vests and that, but there's a lot of functions and people that I don't know.
Yeah.
There's pictures and stuff from way back to the first luau type thing,
And are you trying to make like a scrapbook out of it?
Well, I was going to, and John Dorney and I started, but there's no way that just the two of us, because he hadn't been coming that long either. So we didn't know what to do with it. And I did some of the things I did, it started. But I can't do it, and it bothers me having it sit there. So I'd like to bring it back to the council so that, maybe you could get some volunteers and stuff to
So
do
what we
it.
did, when, this is about 2 years ago, because we had that same scenario, we had a lot of the pictures, I'm like, wow, we should do something with them and put them in a scrapbook, so we started this, I suggested that we look at, because some of the, John Dorney was, really the facilitator of that, so I asked if we could start a journaling or something that was similar to that, crafting, journaling, getting together as a social group, coffee and everything, and maybe we could get these books together. But it didn't pan out too well. So, I mean, a couple people came, but it more like they wrote journals, and it was kind of like, wait, read my journal. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, that didn't turn out too well. But so we do want to read their journal, but we also wanted to make sure that we focused on this project, and that project would have to start again. But I think we should think about it again, because we have all these beautiful pictures that are upstairs in one of the rooms, and I've put them aside neatly so that we could actually look at them at some point, even all the money we spent, you know, from whenever. It's something, it's history.
I'll
So-
have to get somebody to help me bring them.
Yeah, that'd be great, and we can set them aside and see if we can start a club, some kind of a club. That would be great.
That would
I'd
be great to have
I'd like
different,
to be
yeah.
involved in that.
Yeah.
So we could
Have
like,
just a special day and
Yeah.
have people come in to,
I think it's gonna take more than a day.
no,
I
no,
think
no,
we-
I
if
mean, you know, like have a special day a week or something where you
one
have,
day a week,
you
we
leave it
all
open
come
where
in and,
people
yeah.
wanna come in and look at some pictures and help sort them out.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing. And that way you'd get more people in, because like one day somebody might want to come and the others might not, so.
Right, and our resource room is made for open, you can lay everything out, however, we use that. We use it,
Yeah.
now we have that computer class that's going on, it's a 4-week computer class where the laptops are coming in, so they utilize that, you know,
well, I think upstairs would
Tuesdays.
be out of the way, because it's something that
they can't go
we
upstairs.
wanna,
Hmm.
Yeah, I won't allow anybody upstairs. She's,
You know, and it's like
so
that banister.
I'll go upstairs, we'll just be rebels, me and Diane,
I've
you'll
been,
come with me
I've been upstairs, so yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Yeah.
All us
It's just-
rebels, who wants to go
They,
upstairs?
I know, I'm not even supposed to go down the basement, down there I am down the basement, I swear, but it was
I'm
like.
fine going
it was
up, I
just-
just don't like coming down.
Oh, yeah, well, try going down those basement stairs.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, no, you stay down,
yeah,
don't go down the
and, yeah, wear a
basement.
mask too, you know? Yeah, that's probably why I got sore throat now. Anyway,
Because you go down the basement,
Yeah.
don't go down the basement.
What is
Go
down
down
the, what is down the basement?
oh my gosh, well, we had, oh, it was very scary.
Really?
I thought it was in a mad science, project, I'm like, it was
Well,
interesting.
Darlene, that's on you, you shouldn't be going down the basement.
I know, but they were storing, well, yeah, I shouldn't get into this, but I'm just
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were storing stuff that we shouldn't be storing down there.
Okay.
So now, but the good thing is, though, the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department, Brian Durgan, and Aurora, she's with the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department as well. She connected us to Brian. He came in the day after putting together all, cleaning up the frontage. So I said, hey, listen, we have benches. We got 2 new benches now. And that was through our Age Wave Social Club grant. And hopefully we can get, now with the spring coming and everything else, we'll be able to get outside more and then do some more video and do hybrid programs. So I want to get back into this technology piece, still work on that project for the early onset group, and see what we can do to serve that community again. And we will. It's just a lot of things with the moving process, and of course things happen at the center, which kind of delayed things and put us in a different position. So it's a work in progress, but also to taking courses. I'll be taking some courses too through BU, so I gotta do that too. So that's all this good stuff, and it'll help with understanding what's out there in terms of these technology and how we could use it to improve and offer these types of technology pieces in conjunction with the needs out there, and not be afraid of technology. It is scary sometimes, because it's frustrating actually.
It is.
Because it's like,
It's a lot.
yeah, right?
It's a lot.
When I go to open up your new, when you're sharing, I'm like,
I
damn.
can't.
I was trying to open up and I'm like, why isn't it, and it's saying it's saving
Is
it
it
over
58
here. And I'm like, wait,
Is Area 58 here?
oh, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Darlene, do me a favor, and Jean,
What's up?
don't run over those cables.
I promised.
Trying. I'll do my
Because if
best.
you do, they will have to be replaced.
Okay.
Okay, I promise.
Okay. You should have said don't trip over them, Jean.
Yeah.
I'm worried about you falling on your
Well,
face.
listen, if you trip over them, they're gonna be already broken.
Oh, my heavens. I promise I won't gnaw on them. Like the mice.
Oh my God, where's the...
Oh, Lord. Okay, so, planned activities, so we have our Boo Bash coming up on the 29th, which is going to be at Henrich Hall. Thankfully, we're happy to have them there. And of course, because of everything being offered
You
this
sell
month.
tickets to that, or it's
No,
just
it's free. It's actually grant funded by the state grant. So, to have this gentleman come in, he's gonna be a great singer, and everybody enjoyed him through.
I've been to
HVAC,
those before, yeah.
You dress up?
Of course, yep, the Boo Bash. So, but in addition to that, of course, is our annual, district attorney's luncheon, annual luncheon that they always have, around this time. And it just so happened to be on the same day, at the same time. So we have a good group in both, so that's gonna be offered. We do have the grant, got a lot of wonderful people that came forward, wrote some grants for us. We have the, okay, wait a minute, line dancing, and there's the square dancing. And so that's coming up this Friday, but for some reason, we don't have enough people in this particular group, so I don't know what, I might have to push it out to maybe December or something. So we do have that going on. Like I mentioned, the collaborative, North River Collaborative came in, they started cleaning, and they also, after our coffee hour, they clean up all the tables, they vacuum the floor, and they wipe everything down. You know, so it's, you know, their community service that they're putting in once a week. The fire department's worked out really well. They've come in the first week of the month, which is a Wednesday and a Thursday. Of course, if they get a call, they have to leave, but that is to do blood pressure checks with an EMT, which is wonderful. And so far, so good. And what else we have? Thinking. We have the Veterans Services happening on the November 11th, where actually the Veterans Officer, Steve Littlefield, is offering, he's having a memorial dedication bench that we all the seniors had contributed some monies to the veterans to purchase the bench in lieu of Josh.
Where's that going?
It's actually on the side out here. Yeah, there's a little area.
Nice.
So that's a dedication bench area.
Is that out there now?
Yes, it's covered right now. So, yeah, so it was a good thing. We all
That is nice.
wanted to pitch in and do something like that. So, and they all got it approved and so on. So, and we did offer to have some luncheon for the veterans, but Steve seems to think that they've got everything under control. So we'll be there to support that on November 11th. So I wanted to get that out there. And
Oh, so the dedication is going to be on the 11th, not the 5th?
No, I didn't hear about the 5th.
Oh, I thought you said the 5th.
No, the 11th.
The 11th.
Yeah.
They're gonna dedicate the bench?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have
That's
the
nice.
service, and like they normally would.
Mhm.
Remember?
Yeah.
Every November.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people asking about those flags, though.
Oh, I don't.
Like a year later.
He puts out all the
No,
flags.
all the flags from last year are not out.
I don't know.
You're talking about hanging on the...
Yeah, on the poles.
On the poles.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought they were. Okay. That's a question for the veterans.
No, it's actually the highway department.
Oh, the
Poor Steve's been blamed for a lot of it, but it's not his fault, it's the highway department. They haven't put them out.
Yeah.
So now it's a year later.
Oh, so there's additional flags.
All the flags that were presented last Veterans Day, 2024, have not
They
been put
strung them
out.
along. Oh, okay. I thought I saw them for some reason. Well, we could, I don't know, we could find out for you, but I understand maybe there's I know one thing, we have been, every department's been delayed in doing something. You know, it's just been a real challenge. You know, I know our department is really struggling because of the fact that we're trying to get the newsletter out, and once you start that newsletter, it has to be edited, and then someone calls up and says, oh, by the way, I can't do that class on that day, and it's like, you should have told us a week ago, but it's already gone. You know, and then if we could try to figure out a way to do the newsletter because of the staffing issues, in a way that's not as timely. You know, it's a very time-consuming process. The time you start it, and then we're going to be going to Canva at a new process, and then it goes to Canva. Then we put it together, and then we have to look. What do you?
Who actually works on it?
Barbara starts it.
Yeah.
I then have to review all the stuff that goes into it, and it's literally, I just glance it, make sure I change the spelling. I have to do spell check. I don't know if I won't say anything, but anyway, so there was like, you know, you just make sure that it has to be correct, you know, when it goes to the publisher, because they will call you up and won't accept it.
Is it the same format every month?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's
that's
unfortunate, but the thing is it depends on who's investing in it, what local businesses are investing in. If you look at the Duxbury one, they have a phenomenal.
I know, I have a couple.
They have, I see the Plymouth, you know,
Pembroke one's really good too.
Yeah, Pembroke has a few of them. But the thing is, it's the investment in the town. If they feel like it's worth the while to, you know, to take out, to sponsor the newsletter, then they'll do so. We have a 6-page, or 8 pages allowed, but of those pages there are advertisements. So anyway, so with that said, we hoping that, I mean, to go back to a seasonal one, you know, it's tough to do, because then you're planning for the, you know, planning for the future in terms of that. And, you know, I kind of know what I'm going to do for next year for programs. But then you have to have somebody to market it. So what we're having is an issue with marketing. For instance, we had a wonderful marketing person in Kingston, and I only bring that up because I saw what was done there. They had a marketing person there that actually would take what that program would be, and all those grant-funded programs have to be out there to the community to let them know. Get out to the Halifax Express, Kingston Express, and out to the Buzz and so on, and out to our own newsletter, and even to the park, just, you know, to get that out there, even on the sandwich board and LED board. So those are the things that are not happening to the point where it needs to be marketed. And so what happens is you don't have the enough people enrolled in these, and it's shameful because it's the grantors coming on this grant, and they have 2 people in the class, and they're like, what happened? So to be able to market all that, it takes a person that's very geared to it, and very dedicated to doing it all the time, and want to do it, no matter what. I mean, if you get some negativity with regard to the way a program or a grantor came in, and not a lot of people liked it, you need that feedback, but you need it so that, hey, maybe it was just our community, so you need to then go to the other communities and say, did you have this, you know, person that come in, and how the instructor was, how were they? Maybe they were good in other towns, but just it didn't work out here because maybe we didn't need it. So I asked to do a survey at some point, and that survey to see what the seniors would like to see, you know, the members would like to see. And they wanted to do a walking club, so I thought, we talked about it the last time, and I thought that would be a great thing to do. But for some reason, again, this is where the issue is. It has to take it. If I say, let's do that walking club, let's start it, I initiate it, which I've done. I've gone to Pembroke. I've physically gone to Pembroke and got all the paperwork to initiate that, and it never became of anything. So we need to have that other person that would be able to, you know, develop it, get it out there, make sure it's happening, and be positive about it, you know. Oh no, it's this person didn't like it. I'm like, but that doesn't mean they're all not gonna like it.
Right.
Yeah, just because that didn't work for that one individual doesn't mean it's not gonna work for the other people. It's the way we have to market something. And of course, we try to, you know, for instance, we're gonna have the Boo Bash. I was like, so we have to have lunch. I'm gonna have a nice little lunch for them, so, for everyone. And you have to have that, I don't know, I try to take it more in a personal way, because I know what I like to see. I know when I go somewhere, if they don't have any food or something, something cool, or even like a goodie bag. Yeah, I need a goodie bag when I leave somewhere. I'm like,
I don't
it's just it's nice. It's nice to have something to bring home. Anyway, so it's cool. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up next year. Oh, and then November 4th, the Triad's having Ellen DePaulo, which she oversees honoring choices. So she is actually going to talk about the most farm, which is now going to be changing over to the post farm, POLST. And that is that, so when the EMTs arrive or police fire arrive to a home, that in fact this information is somewhere visible. And what really supersedes what, you know, when you get to the hospital. So it's just an educational piece that's coming up at the Triad on November 4th and at 10 o'clock in the Great Hall. So that's going to be a great option. But we're going to bring her back again, and it's going to be on a webinar. So you can actually interact with our Zoom meeting and ask questions too. And then she's going to come back again in the spring to talk about living will and some of the things, you know, directives, and understand what the differences are. So it's just another educational piece that I think we all should probably think about. And I did mention that I was invited to with the Hospice and Palliative Care Association on October 29th, but unfortunately that October 29th date is a very popular date. We have the Boo Bash and the annuals, so I don't think I'll be able to go to Newton to that particular conference. But it was a very important conference because it talks about things that people try to avoid, and that is just you know, understanding about life in general, that we all go one way. And some of us get to the point where we can live happy lives and long lives. But it talks about good things in a positive way. And I talked to Michelle McNeil, and she is the president. She's also PhD PhD. You know, not student, but she has a PhD in the area of, you know, psychology in terms of how to talk to people and in a positive way for something that is people tend to avoid. But it's just planning for the future and understanding even our living situation going forward. I'm hoping that podcast can come forward when I find time to do it. But to understand too our senior living, how do we go and age well in our home? You know, a lot of us don't want to move, but you know, and how can we live in a home that you're going to need maintenance in it and taxes and all that stuff? Where do we go to get all the resources? So that was that. We're seeing a lot of uptick in the, of course, fuel assistance. I'm sorry, can you hear it?
You know, they're not funded yet.
They
haven't been funded yet.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we just got the
what
fuel
does that
assistance.
mean?
They don't have the funds yet.
Well, that's typical though.
Yeah, because they don't know what it is, yeah.
From what I had last year, the same thing occurred, and they finally got their funding in January, I thought. January, February. But people still put their applications in.
Right. Well, they allotted so much last year, and then they came and revamped it.
Yeah, they did.
And gave more.
Yeah.
Especially this year, with the electricity and the fuel itself, you know. So, we just got them today, actually. They just came in, the new applications for fuel.
Do you have somebody that helps them with the application?
Yes, we
Okay.
do, yeah. And so both myself and
Yeah.
Barbara have been doing that, yeah.
Because they can go directly to Plymouth too and have,
They
Yeah.
can't, no.
they can't? I thought they could.
They, from what they prefer that people, that's, if we offered to
Yeah.
assist with that, then they should come to our center
Right.
to do it. But they can,
Okay.
but it's probably, I don't know if it's by appointment.
Mhm.
And that's why they ask the communities to support it. The same thing with Shine program. We were supposed to get someone to help with the Medicare counseling, and that person, they decided not to do the Shine program. And so now we don't have anyone. Barbara was gonna take the course, but then we couldn't do that. But there was other things that we had to change things on. So it's time consuming. It's a
Yeah.
very time-consuming process, plus people gotta feel comfortable with it. Because you're sitting there with a person, they're looking at you like, what would you do? You know, we can't tell you what to do, we can only provide you the options. But if you're looking at, now it's open enrollment period, right? So I said to the Middleborough Center there, who typically would actually, they get grant funded to provide that service as a regional office. But then they get the volunteers, or they have the outreach people do it, or some of the directors do them. And I've done that for 10 years, but you get to the point where Medicare is Medicare. It's just all that personal information that they provide every year changes. And I just went to the Shine meeting yesterday, it changed again. I'm thinking, why isn't this information out to the public? And why is it a secret to just Shine? I don't understand that, and I'm really upset about it, to be honest with you, because it's something that needs to be out to the public. It needs to be very visible, and if you can't meet up with a Shine person or somebody in Middleborough or anywhere, and in any of the towns, then give it to the directors. I've been there, done that with Medicare, not to say I'm the area expert, but I like to know what's the current stuff out there, so that I can, when you come in and you can't find someone, I can sit with you and say, let's go through it together. And then I can say, oh, by the way, these are some of the changes that have occurred this year. With the way, even the way prescriptions are being paid, some of the medications were not being covered, or some of the insulin was not being covered, or the people were paying more money for it. So what some of the changes have done is secret to, if you're Shine. So in other words, if you decide to become a Shine person, you get your training, then you get this information. But why should that be just exclusive for you because you went to the training? It's like almost a trade-off. I'm giving you information, but I'm not giving it to the public. But doesn't the public own it? I don't know. I have a problem with it. I feel as though, and I asked for that information about a week ago. I said, if you're having a class, we are not able to go to the class, but you know, where they had that one day, what's current, can you provide us with that information? Because I'll be more than happy to help support if you guys do not have enough Shine counselors out there to support us. So, and think about this, you're mandated to take Medicare when you're eligible, right?
Yeah, you're fined if you're not.
You're fined. So why isn't it that we should have all this information and not have to
It's my
go
ring.
through all
Yeah,
this,
I can
you
watch
know?
what he's doing. Sorry. It's my ring, sorry.
Oh,
But I see when he leaves the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you have to take when you reach a certain age, or you'll be fined?
Yeah, you'd be fine. Same thing with the ACA, right? The ACA came about, the Affordable Care Act came about back in 2010, but it was in Massachusetts, 2006, we were going at universal health care. But the thing is that they were telling you, if you, not at the federal level anymore, but at the states, certain states kept it in effect and said, if you don't take the health care, you get penalized, right?
Yes.
So it's the same thing, the same theory that with Medicare, So my thought is, well, then provide information to the public in one site, one place where they could go and look this up, rather than, if you go in, it's hard to find this particular, you know what I mean? This particular, like, hey, that medication's covered. And you can go to, I can refer you, I want to find an area expert, not somebody that kind of just knows about this much, because it's a lot to learn, that, especially when it comes to medication, especially these days, what that medication is now, what medications are being covered, and what is affordable, and what insurance plans are going to be more that fits that consumer's situation for medication. And the Mass College of Pharmacy, not everybody knows about that. If you contact them through their outreach, they'll be able to help you navigate through that. To me, they're area experts, okay? I like going directly to the sources, and they gather all this information, the SHINE program. The SHINE program is a federally funded program through the ACL, and that whole program is a wonderful program, but why is it that all communities don't have access to it? So, to me, if you're gonna get penalized, provide some kind of service to give it to all communities, and not say, if you're a volunteer, then you get it. No, give it to the directors, give it to somebody, or give it out there so that I can say, oh, by the way, here's a piece of paper, here's the medications that are covered, and it's a whole new list. Same thing with Mass Health, I worked with that too, and we need to get on this whole subject. But it just, all these planned programs and activities and stuff is a part of what we do as a hub. And our senior centers have become more health and human services oriented because of the needs out there. So we are looking to do fuel assistance. We are looking to do activities for wellness programs, which is a wonderful thing, in the midst of all the other stuff that people need, housing issues, where they can go find home modification programs to stay in their homes for as long as possible. So we've become a real hub of knowledge, of information, that we've canned incredible information that is under the executive office. And I feel like there's a lot of good private, vendors out there that are offering good things, but I feel like they need to be vetted through our system, that is through the state government to our state, to say, hey, yeah, this is okay, we feel this is an okay, and that's why we go to those conferences, because we'll see those vendors there. Now, whether or not they're vetted through the Massachusetts Council on Aging, I don't know, but if they say you decide you're going to open a business to offer services to our seniors, everybody can do that, but how do you say to a consumer when they come in and say, I need information on, housing, and I say, oh, well, Jean has this new business and I can't do that. To me, I need to say, here's some resources, here's some sources that came into us. It's up to you to make that decision. But then you have to narrow it down and help them a little bit through advocacy, through case management, to determine whether or not that person's situation, maybe you might not really fit all these vendors, and say, well, you know what, you might want to think about it. I'd rather have someone from the state. So say, for instance, assisted living facilities, right? They're vetted. Those are organizations that if you learn more about them through the state, they give you the guidelines, what to look for, right? Everybody's, there's a lot more of them opening or have opened over the years. And what, as a consumer, you need to know when you go to look for one. So that's why I say for all these programs, there should be some systems that way. And that's the way I like to run what our senior center does. Because we want to be respectful to our community, to our older, to that generation. And I'm in that generation too.
Well, good job, Tony. Thank you.
I'd love to see,
Okay.
I'd love to see VNA and hospice come in and talk to the seniors. I learned about them the hard way.
The VNA.
Hospice mostly, they
Yep.
offer a program
Yep.
that I never heard of because I refused. He needed more than just the basic. And when you take the last plan they offer, they can tell you when he's gonna go into the hospital.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to lose that control because he didn't want to go anywhere. But there's a middle program that when they knew I wasn't going to go anywhere with them, they introduced me to me, and it was great.
Was it a palliative?
Yes.
Yeah. Palliative. So this is why I reached out. So this is what I was saying, that Michelle McNeil, which is, I felt like these are important subjects because I listen to
Yes.
what comes up in people's situations. And so I try to see what was out there that is healthy over the years that I've been out in the industry. So this was one of the questions or one of the topics that has come up, and people have questions about it. And I'm like, well, wow, this is something we should bring in, not as a depression, because it's depressing to talk about it, but it's something that is necessary because you don't know when you're going to come across this question of that nature. There is alternatives. There are choices. So these are the things that Ellen DePaulo, this is the Healthy Honoring Choices programs are discussing. And actually, I want to become, if I can, find some time to do that you can actually go take the courses and then become an ambassador to support the honoring choices. Not to say I'll be area expert, but I can actually try to gear it in, and if I couldn't answer some, I can refer them to someone, an area expert, to do it.
Because I think in Rhode Island they call it perpetual care, or am I thinking of the graveyard? So much goes on at that time.
Yeah.
Perpetual care usually is the graveyard of the cemetery.
But I think that's very important that people know there's that middle ground. And you get everything. I got the hospital bed delivered to the house,
Yeah.
so anything I wanted.
Yep, and how is it being paid? Now there's a new through Shine, came up yesterday, and I'm like, people should know about this for dementia care, for people that early onset, and how is it being paid, and what new services are out there. They recognize that there's a need for this type of service, so now they've implemented it, but it only goes through this particular, and I thought to myself,
Yes.
why can't I take this particular Zoom meeting, and why is it, and I thought, wait, everybody in this meeting is a professional person that's in the industry. But why can't it be out to the public? I guess maybe they say, oh, it's too technical. Well, I think majority of our people that are retiring now or getting into the fields or aging are pretty educated, and they do have some idea. And if they don't, they can ask some questions with certain individuals. Like I said, I try to bring in individuals that are the people, the key people that actually write this information. And really can, they're good candidates for it. Social Security Office, federal, we know it's shut down. Everybody's like, oh, what is it doing to our seniors? Well, we haven't had any real issues in terms of, and none of them happened yesterday either at the Shine meeting, and that question was addressed. At this point, there hasn't been really any effect on our senior population just at this time. People are still able to access Social Security. There's supervisors, their managers are in the office to support that, and they make the appointment. We can do the case management and try to get you to that person or somebody there. Their office might not be open, but we can get them to that. And yes, there is an abundance of people coming in, especially now where there's redeterminations for certain things in housing and so on. Those are the pieces of things that we're seeing. I think the COAs have become so frontline-ish in terms of all these types of services because there's such an abundance need for help out there that the old colonies, the ASAPs, the independent living centers, which is people for disabilities, are seeing that the high needs or wants for it. And now it's backlashing over to us. And we're like, well, how do you let somebody go when in fact they can't get support services? So we're doing the best again, that we can to support that. And we also have to be mindful that certain things we cannot or shouldn't get involved in. One thing in particular, and then I'll stop. One thing in particular was registry of deeds. Somebody wanted to come in and do Homestead Act with us, and like, well, now we have to put the brakes on, because they said, you can go down, because you can fill that application
You can mail
out.
it in too, you can fill it out and mail it in.
Yeah, but then if they can just go down to either Registry of Deeds in Rockland or the Plymouth County, the Plymouth courts, it's done and over with, you know, they can
I
get
used
it
to work
done.
at the Registry of Deeds, and you can just download it online, fill it out, send your check in,
Yeah.
and they'll
I mean-
record it, because they have like mail people to do all the
Yeah,
recording.
and they can do it, but then you get stamped and they get sent
Mhm.
back to them. You have to self-address stamp
Mhm.
envelope. It's just a little bit more
Right.
common. But for us to sit down and start filling all these types of, we can't do all that.
I know.
We have to be mindful of the fact that we've got to continually, we've got to
Do you
get
get a lot of
newsletters
those
out.
questions?
Hmm?
Do you get a lot of those?
Well, I found out we were doing some of them, we shouldn't have been. And we, you know, they were coming in and I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
friend of a friend. I'm like, sorry, we can't, because we don't have time to
Maybe if
do
you
that.
just print out the applications and
Yeah.
have them handy.
Yeah, we'll get it
Yeah.
for him, but we cannot sit there and
Right.
physically fill them
Mhm.
out. And you gotta take them anyway, or mail them in, and,
Right.
you know, or whatever you
You
wanna
have
do
to
with
send a
it.
check, yeah.
Or, you know, go down, I always suggest get it done and over with, right? Get it stamped and get the copies over at the Plymouth County, the courthouse. Yeah, so update on the website for the current minutes. What do you think about that? We have to update them, I don't know how to do it. We got a lot.
So I used
What do you
to know
thought?
how to do it, because I used to do the libraries. I haven't looked, and I saw that on the agenda, and I meant to look. So
Is any-
where are we on the updating of the minutes?
Well, I
Like,
thought,
what's on the website currently?
I think it was 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, we got,
So at this point, we probably want to just focus on the current year?
Well, do we want to go back to 2020? Don't we have to do that? I think.
I mean, the upcoming 2026?
I just wish we could have that one person that could do it.
So
Each
well,
meeting.
now that we have the new website, I'd have to reach out to Caesar and see how to do it, because I'm sure it's different from the way I used to do it before.
Which looks good, by the way.
So I will reach out to him and see about gaining access to the website, and maybe it is the same way, I don't know, but we as a board can decide how far back we want to go.
Okay.
I don't think we should, I think it's a lot, and I don't want to put that on Caesar, because I
No.
really do want
He's
to get
gonna
that
have to
done.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do.
So we're 2025 here, so that's definitely what we should put in. I think, what is the law, like 3 years?
That you have to have the minutes listed, so you gotta go back 3 years?
So,
Well,
that's.
That would make sense if the last was
I don't necessarily know
22.
that it has to be online.
Right,
We have all the minutes
Right.
for you, so I think
Yeah.
we're okay as far as that goes.
We haven't been up, well. I
Yeah,
haven't been
that's-
up, well.
So I think we can
I
just
haven't been
decide
agreed to.
how,
Going
what we
forward.
want to put on the website. And I would think maybe, you know, definitely 2025, and then we'll move them forward, but we can decide if we want to do 2024. I mean, I'll have to figure out,
Well, we can help coordinate all that too.
problem is I bought a Mac for home, and it's just so different and hard. So that's why, like, you know,
I know.
But
it's so
nice.
hard to, like, if it was like a regular computer or whatever, you know, I could get everything in Google and
We
then.
can meet
like,
at the
do
library
that.
and use their computer, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember the library, right?
Huh? I know where the library is, yeah. So should we
Just
decide how many years we want to put up on the website?
I think. But I don't
The
know.
last 3.
Yeah, I suppose. Can we do that? Is that allowed?
Do you just have to scan it and put it up there? Is there,
It's not
is there a way?
Once I figure out if it's the same way.
Right.
I don't know that you can do them like all together, but
Mm-hmm.
once you like do it, it literally takes like two minutes
Right.
to do one. But
Mhm.
you need to have them downloaded on your computer,
Mhm.
and then you just download it
Mhm.
onto the site.
And
Right.
I have them in my S drive, most of them.
Yeah. So,
You can go back to look and see, and get them all into one zip drive or something.
yeah. So we want to do them all, like, what's all? Can somebody go onto the website and see
Sorry.
what we have?
Sorry.
It's right here.
Jean, can you do 25 and then we'll look at it at another meeting for the other years? When you get some feedback from you, how easy or?
Yeah, well, once we,
Of course, it loads differently, so.
so if I can do 25, then I can do the rest of them too. It does, you know, it's pretty easy once you know how to do it.
Oh boy, so that's all our stuff that. Let's see if I can bottom. See what I'm saying, loads differently?
Right, yeah, it's, the website's all different, so why don't I go and I'll take a look at that and I'll see if I can get 25 up and then.
I can help you if you want to go through the library and do it.
Let me
Okay.
see.
Yeah,
Not today, but,
not today, no,
okay,
Oh,
not today.
not today.
okay. All right, so let's see. Oh, so yeah, it does. If I look this way. You know what I mean? Even if you do-
It should be like just right on your page and then like on the library page. I don't know who's doing that, but,
And they might be helpful. Oh. Well, if they're doing it, maybe they
oh,
will be
agendas
helpful.
and minutes.
So,
So click on that and see what comes up. Why isn't that coming up?
takes a little while. There you go.
Okay,
So there's the ones in August, you know, those are already done. Oh, those were done.
wait a minute.
Oopsie doozy.
How could that be? I mean, we don't even have these minutes.
I don't know, who put them there?
I have no idea, and I don't wanna.
Wait a minute, those are August 19th, we got that, and then today? How
Yeah,
did that
that's what I'm
happen?
saying, I don't know.
Who did that? I don't know.
I'll go look on my computer, because your phone, yeah.
All right, but why is it doing that? Like, but how did they put the minutes of the meeting today?
Before they were, even though they were approved, right, so we gotta figure out.
that's
what's
already on
going
there?
I don't know, that's what it's saying. Wait.
Does it
it's saying
automatically
stay-
go,
stay
when they're
protect- wait a
printed out, do they
minute, no.
automatically go
No,
on there?
So we don't know what this
No,
is,
it's,
yeah,
I don't know what this is.
yeah.
This is weird.
So I'll check, I'll check with that,
It's
yeah.
not me.
You may have a lot more to do.
Don't get it.
Okay,
I'm just,
all right,
this is, yeah. No, it doesn't say minutes though. See, it just says download. For what?
I know.
Interesting. There's yours. That was from that
So that's the
September.
agenda.
So yeah, so that's actually Sue's probably doing that, which is
Sue
awesome.
Doing the agendas,
Yeah,
right,
so she's just putting them on the site, which is the right thing to do.
but we don't have
We
the
need to
minutes.
have that,
Yeah,
yeah, so somebody needs to do that.
Okay,
So
so-
that's how this is working now.
So it
Right.
automatically goes on,
Yeah, so it has.
well, not the minutes,
not the minutes, the agenda.
the agenda, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're
I
doing
don't
the
really think you
agenda.
need old agendas on the website, but that's,
Mhm.
okay, so.
We'll get there, but I was just saying, you know, I'd like to see that if we could all kind of work on it.
Okay, so
Together.
the job description,
Now that, okay, and job description.
and is that in here as a draft?
Yeah, so I think it might be the same one, but just check. This is the most current, I think, oh yeah, no, this is, so this is the current one that I just gave you today. Because then what I did is I scratched, I did that purposely, that color, just to make sure you guys didn't, you said we don't need to do it, I just want to make sure. So this one here is where I then actually then took it and outlined it. We want to approve it, just to make sure that's what we're gonna do, and then call it a day. Because then the other thing was.
Okay, so I'm confused.
Nope, this one, it's not confusing.
Okay.
Anything in the book right now was when we were looking at it. And then we had our discussion last time. And a discussion, we made a decision that we weren't gonna use the vice chair things. So now what we're gonna do, the stuff that I just gave you today, this one here, is
Okay.
gonna replace. So where's
Can I
yours?
I don't know.
What'd you do with it?
I don't know, Tommy. I need another one.
Well, find yours. Let me
Okay,
see.
wait a minute, what is this?
Did you already put it in there? What the heck? Let me see. No. Hold on. I have this. Maybe I have this too. Let me see. Put this back. All right, wait a minute.
All right, here's onboarding, okay.
Okay, we'll do this again, over here. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Which one is that? Take this. Take this.
Oh, no, so then I have this one.
No, this is what you want. Here. I don't know what happened to the other one. Let me see. Hold on. Here, right here. That's what you do. You had one. Don't lose that one. Don't mean anything, I have those.
Okay, so that's for today. Those are minutes. Yeah, I think we
No, you want the one in the book, you want to take it out and put the one that I gave you today in.
Okay,
I
is
don't
this
know
the
which
one you
one
gave
is
us
which.
today?
You do. Yeah, but wait a minute. The one that I just, wait a minute,
I wrote on mine, so I would know.
All right, does it have blue?
It does have a little.
Okay.
But then it has this line scratched out, I just gave you one. I gave you a whole pack. See this whole line here? This here is got a line through it.
Different.
Okay, you got it? Perfect. That should go in your book. And then we take the other one out, that's all. And then
I got two of those.
Here.
The
All
same
right,
one.
then you have mine.
here. And yeah, just staple those. So how did she must have stapled, you have mine. So wait a minute, how did she get two of them?
I don't know, but I don't need to.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. No. That's the old one.
Okay, is this the new one because it's scratched out? Okay.
Yeah, you want the scratched out one, okay? Look, hold it. Now we know the difference. Okay.
Okay.
And this is old. Because this was originally, we started this a while
The
ago.
one that's August 25 on the,
Yep, so
that's the old
we
one,
want the one
right?
that says October 20th.
Oh, mine says
925.
925.
Oh,
The new one says 925.
yeah, 925.
Yeah,
And it has the scratched out.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is the,
Okay.
so I have a one. Okay, so you must have, do you just want to replace, you can get the old one, I'll take it. And throw it in the recycle bin.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the old one.
And this is under general notes. Okay. So, I know the last time we talked about,
I need enough copies for you, but I don't have
Now they're in the
what happened to all my papers? Anyway, never mind.
Yeah, probably took it.
You may not have pushed that in far enough to here.
okay, so I thought we were gonna put
Okay, now
in
watch it.
for the chair.
That's what we're going through now.
Okay,
Because I have to understand, because I went back to look and I'm like, I know that.
all right, okay, good. So the chair, the only thing I think we talked about last time was putting in something that says it would be the chair's responsibility to send the letter to somebody who's missed meetings.
Okay,
And,
so,
you know, if somebody misses, like, you know, the bylaws say, I think, 3 meetings in a row, then,
without legitimate excuses. I mean, if they're in the hospital
Right,
and stuff, I
right.
can't.
then that has to go to the select board. Those are the town bylaws, completely separate than the COA bylaws. And so I thought we put in here that it was the chair's duty to write that letter, that they would have to, you know, appear.
I thought it was always the chair.
Yeah,
so how do we want to word it then? Chair's duty to, well, it says up here, COA board chair's duties.
right.
And what do we want to put after that?
I had it written down. I didn't-
letters. So that's-
Notify selectmen
Of the board, of board members' absences.
yeah, or.
More than 3.
Yeah,
Notify
notify
member.
selectmen and member of more than three
In a row.
in a row.
But then again, if they're absent every other one, that doesn't look good.
Right,
either,
right.
Still.
But we have to go by
Yeah.
what the bylaws of the town say. And the bylaws of the town are very specific.
Yep, and the bylaws should be in the book.
Well, there's only 1, 2, 3. There's other bylaws that I have at home, that I'll bring next time. No, these are all COA
Yeah.
policies and stuff, but that's okay.
What bylaws are those?
It's just,
That's all the ones that I know of.
so the bylaws that I have are for all boards and committee members.
Oh, okay, okay. I gotcha.
So that it says if you miss 3 consecutive meetings, and there's a procedure that you have to follow. So what we talked about the last time is that would be the responsibility of the chair to notify.
Have you seen that in the past? That it goes before the selectmen and would,
I have,
Oh,
yeah,
you have?
that's part of the town,
yeah.
it's part of that
And that
bylaw
person
that I-
actually shows up for the meeting?
So I've never really had to do it, and no, they probably don't, but it's,
Because I know we
I
had
think
problems in
that-
our library too before.
Well, who
Right,
did it,
yeah.
who did it with Kim? I mean,
we actually
No,
never
it's
did it with
I
him.
thought the letter
Yeah.
went and she went and gave them an excuse and said she was allowed
So
back.
we ended up sending her a letter, but I don't think she ever she sent, I think, us back. I don't really remember what happened.
Yeah, so,
But the procedure wasn't followed according to town, bylaws.
She had been
But she
missing
just
for
never
months.
came, and she just
Yeah,
didn't
because we
wanna-
never did it with the library either.
Right, and I remember
Never
we had one trustee who actually moved away and
Yeah.
never sent notice that he moved away. So I had to contact that person and say, can you send us a letter officially resigning from the board so that I can then fill your position? So, and this is sort of
Right.
along that thing.
Yeah, because we had that problem with Pat too, when he was thinking of leaving.
Right, yeah. So, I will bring the town bylaws that specifically talk about that next week. And, but I think we just have to put that in here.
I was just looking at the way, COA on aging by bylaws. Bylaws are legally binding with your COA director and city or town clerk copy. You can always ask for a copy downstairs. They are also.
Well, that's okay, I have them at home.
But then I can send it. I was just trying to look for a language here, you know what I mean? Which would probably put it in there. All right,
So you can find the language that just says that, the chair is responsible for notifying any board member that doesn't,
Okay.
Or do you want me to write a sentence and bring it next week?
No, then, yeah, because I just want to get it approved too, so that I'll fix it and then send it back out and then we can approve it the next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then we took out that vice chair. Is
Yeah,
that
we did.
correct?
Yep.
Okay,
See, I wanted to make sure that's what's gonna come out. Okay, so that's why I put the line for it.
right.
Everybody's in agreement on that one?
Everybody's in agreement that we don't need a
Vice chair.
vice chair.
Right.
Okey-dokey.
So it's just, we just need a
But
chair
who would
and a
chair it
secretary.
if there was an absence, say the chair was absent? So who would, if the chair is absent, who would be able to take over the meeting?
Whoever the secretary is.
Mhm.
Is that what
We
it
can
says?
decide,
That would be
yeah.
me. I don't think I can do that, can I?
No, you're not supposed to.
Well, you're not supposed to be the secretary either, so.
I'm just saying, let's talk about this stuff. Like,
But nobody wants to take the minutes, so.
I don't mind doing them, it's just like, you know. Yeah,
Well,
just,
we could actually put in our own bylaw that, Diane, would you run a meeting if I wasn't here to run the meeting?
Yeah, just go through the minutes, basically.
Yeah, you just run down the agenda.
Yeah, the agenda, that's what I meant.
I think there is also term limits for a board member. Did that
Yes.
in there?
Was it 3 years?
Just look there, make sure it says
That I
that.
believe is in
Because
the.
you were up to 2, and we
Yes.
had talked about that.
Yep, that's in our policies and procedures, I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Yeah, it is. But shouldn't they kind of coordinate? Shouldn't they say see policies and procedures?
What do you mean? As long as it's in our policy and procedures, that's okay.
But I want to define it in here. You know, to say policies of resignation, removal of a board member or something, or something that should go in here, and then you will know to go look in the policies and procedures. I'd rather it spell it out.
Well, I think it is spelled out.
It is
there.
spelled out there, but I'm saying if there's a job description, someone comes in and they would know enough to go here. But if I just pick that up and it's not on the job description, then I'm not gonna know enough to look here for that information. See, you know, like, hey, reference, you know, the Halifax Council on Aging Policies and Procedures dated revised August 2023. And then I know as a person that's gonna be on board, I could do that.
Officers shall be elected by, okay. Chairperson may not serve more than 3 years unless there is no new candidate available, which is.
Which probably will never happen, because nobody's gonna volunteer.
Thank
I'm
you,
joking.
Diane. The ex-chairperson may
We'll vote
again
on
be
that.
elected by the chairpersonship. Remaining officers are to be elected yearly, so it is in
Four,
here.
Okay, Article 4.
Article 4,
Membership.
Section E.
Section.
So I don't know how long I've been the chair, but if anybody
I thought it
wants
was
to
2,
be
I
the
thought it
chair.
was 2 years, or maybe it was 3.
3.
Yeah.
God.
Was it already 3? I
I'll go
discussed
back
it,
and
yeah.
see.
You were already
I've
10
been
years?
more than, I think last year I was 3 years and then we didn't
Yeah.
have anybody
Really?
that wanted to
Was
step
it
up
3 years?
because I begged you, Diane, and you
No,
said
you didn't, I wasn't
no.
on the board then.
Ouch, I didn't think so.
You begged me to come on,
I have
that's
been a chair for a long time.
it. You're good at it.
Wait, was it 3 years?
Yes, and now
Yeah, I
I'm
think it was.
probably in my 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think, no, I thought you were just finishing your 3rd year.
No, I believe I have my certificate at
I
home.
think Tally's right.
But it doesn't matter, I'm only supposed to, I'm
So
only.
3 years is coming up,
Yeah.
Okay.
your 3rd year.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
For the
good, no,
policy.
thank you.
All right, so you're gonna put this membership, section E, back into,
Yep.
into the chair, I don't know where you put it, but. Okay, and then add the note again about, so you wanna add, under section 4
Mm-hmm.
of the COA bylaw,
Under
section
here.
4.
The
Yep,
Article 4, Section E. You
yeah,
can add that.
you're gonna add that, and then, I believe we should add that it's the chair's responsibility to notify
I wrote that down too.
a board member
Yeah.
who has missed more than, and that is right in conjunction with the, town bylaws.
Okay, do you think you should add anything if there was a reason that person could have been sick or something coming up?
I think I have to go.
To
with
describe
the
it.
Yeah, then it's
bylaw.
on the, So,
So I think I have to go and
Read
read
the
the bylaw.
I think
And I
we
wish I had,
Yeah,
I wish I had taken the bylaws, because it's just written down.
right.
And it's kind of out of our hands, because we're a town board,
Right,
so we
right.
have to follow.
Follow
town
whatever the bylaw
bylaws.
says.
I'm pretty sure
I think I
the letter
have.
was written for Kim. And she ended up, it was written to her and to the
she
selectmen.
had,
And she went to the Board of Selectmen and gave them a reason why she wasn't
Right.
attending, and so she continued. And
Right,
then supposedly she resigned, but she never sent a letter
Right.
of resignation.
right. And that's all true, but then like her term expired, I think that was it. So,
I know
and,
that.
yeah, so her term expired, so technically we don't have to worry about her, because her term expired.
No, I know that, I mean, it's all
Yeah.
taken care of now, but, I
Right.
mean, at the time, that's what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
without a
What
good
are you
exam,
going-
a good approval, it has to be approved. I remember reading, it had to, the board of selectmen had to agree that that was a warranted
Right.
reason of being out, you know.
Right,
But she went and appealed.
No, I'm here 1 year this month.
right.
Okay, I have to renew it by June 30th, be sworn in, so that now they go by the fiscal year, not by
Right,
whole 2
right.
years.
But are you on the board for just 1 year?
No, because this would be 18 months, and I have to be sworn in again.
Right, so I think,
Every 18 months,
They're going by the fiscal year.
should ask. So
I know the
Yeah,
fiscal
who tracks
year.
that? Would that be the chair? Would you track how
I think-
long everybody's been on the board?
I think it was.
Is it up, is it your
So
responsibility?
it's not my responsibility, it's the clerk's
That's where it's-
responsibility
okay.
to do that.
Okay.
But somewhere in the town bylaws, and I can't believe I didn't bring them, it says how long everybody serves on the board.
Okay, so the swearing in is only, they're going by the fiscals.
You just go by that, go down and tell her you have to swear in. That's all.
Yeah.
So what is the date of that? Because I don't think you're up to be renewed yet.
No, it was December. I have until June 30th, 26.
But when did you join the board?
A year ago, November.
Okay, right, so you're saying June 2026,
Mm-hmm.
your term's up.
Yeah.
So then you have to renew your term, and that would be up to the board
Is
to
it
decide
a
if you're gonna
3-year term?
renew.
Is it a?
I think so, that's
Okay,
what's
so
all
she
in the
must be filling
bylaws.
somebody's position.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
so you don't need to,
Yes, it's June 26.
right, so you don't need, you're on the board until June 2026, and then you have to get reappointed.
Right. So do I get, before the reappointment, do you give me any feedback? How do I know if you want me to remain on the
So
board?
in
or-
June 2026, we'll do that.
They'll probably
Okay.
beg,
Yes.
please don't go.
Right. The June 26th meeting will
A
beg you to
little luncheon
stay.
for you.
Yes. I'll have Darlene bring coffee and donuts.
Oh, I'll stop and get that.
Right. So we're gonna add those two things and then we're gonna add those two things to the COA board chairs. And you're gonna,
Then we'll approve it after it's added.
yes, two things have to be added.
Right, so notify member and BOS of more than 3 in a row consecutive.
Yes.
Okay, 3 consecutive.
And then you wanted to put in what's in the town, what's in the,
Reflecting on the
Right.
Article 4 section.
Yeah.
And
Right.
what's that?
that the chair can only serve 3 years. And that's really only if you have I mean, it's for a group that like somebody's dying to be the chair. So I don't ever anticipate.
Oh, if we did it with the library, people were dying.
I know, well, that's true, but,
We don't need that here, we've had 6 on the park in the last 2 months, so we don't.
Oh, no, I'm not dying, just dying to be the chair.
Well, the way you said the last
Not dying,
part,
not
the way you said the
dying.
last part.
I'm sorry.
Diane, I'm gonna have to cite you for that.
I put that out in the universe. Take it back.
You just did, we're on
That's a
58.
strike, yeah.
Nope, okay, so then we'll do that, and then I'll get that.
And then, so next one, we'll approve these.
Yep.
Okay,
And
great.
then we'll replace that.
Yes.
Okay.
And the next thing on the agenda is holidays in Halifax.
Oh, yeah, what's the scoop over on that?
So I can't believe it, but I have been,
Because I couldn't go to that one, nobody in the office could go.
so the way holidays in Halifax is running now is that they are meeting with the different groups separately. So this has not been like one big meeting. So I'm the liaison for the library, and I was the liaison for the COA board. And I went to the first meeting and I said, okay, I'll contact Darlene and see what Darlene wants to do. We were talking about kind of all the things that we did last year at the COA. And I was just gonna talk to Darlene and set up a meeting with Holidays in Halifax, me and Darlene. And then I got wind of, and I honestly have no idea where it came from. Darlene didn't even know that the COA building was gonna be closed. Nobody on the COA, we didn't decide that, Darlene didn't decide that. And I don't know who exactly decided that. It may have been, building maintenance, concerned about the building. I know that town hall is gonna be closed, and
This coming year, they're gonna be closed?
Yeah,
town hall is gonna be closed, and the COA building is gonna be closed. And once I had told Darlene about that, and I spoke to Kim and said, hey, like, I don't even think, like, why were we closing the COA? I don't even think anybody knows that. And then apparently you got a hold of Kim. Is that correct? Like, you talked to Kim? Yeah.
Let me see, hold on.
So apparently the COA is gonna be closed. I don't know why.
But isn't that the main focus? I mean, everybody goes for hot cocoa someplace warm when they're out.
Well,
doing
and that might have
everything.
been the thing, because this year, the library's gonna be open, there'll be no food and drink in any of the buildings. So, I don't know how that's gonna work with the library, to tell you the truth.
Well, the museum also was
And the
open.
museum, but,
And they had
you know,
hot
the
cocoa
library,
outside
the
and
food
stuff.
the food trucks are right outside the building. So, last year, apparently, it was a big problem with, I wasn't there, but there was a big problem with the rug, and, the room was basically trashed. The whole library, it took Scott forever. And
Really?
So, yeah, it was a very, not a good scene. And so this year, he's said no food or drink in any of the buildings. And it's up to each building to manage that. I honestly don't know. I'm not gonna be there again.
Well, the museum was outside.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna manage any of that. I think the museum's easier. They don't have the kids going in the museum and the babies and.
Plus, they don't stay long because
Right.
there's not enough room.
Right. So, I don't know. I just know there'll be no food and drink in the library.
So-
And
Yep, so, sorry, finish what you're
that's
saying.
okay.
So, let's see, we were reached out by a local vendor, and then I forwarded on to the committee members from last year to say, hey, listen, they're interested in participating again this year, but I didn't see any meetings coming up either, so I was like, oh, just letting you guys know. So then, I got an email back. Greetings, Darlene. The committee is in full planning mode for this year's event. We are looking forward to bringing back some old favorite activities and new activities, all while respecting the town's budgets and needs and the committees. It is always nice to hear that the local businesses want to be part of the supporting the community and their needs. The committee would love for the COA and the local vendor Flower and Soul to participate at the event again. With this said, we need to find a new location for this activity. 2 reasons for this change. It was requested to keep some of the town buildings closed due to logistics, budgets, and staffing. Due to this, the town hall and the COA will not be open to the public this year. Second, before this decision was made, we had discussed moving this activity to a location that was closer to where people parked so that people did not have to carry their donations so far. I'm sure that we can find the right location. We have a meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, October 7th at 6 p.m. in the Selectmen's Room. The committee will be discussing the scheduled activities and their locations. You are more than welcome to come to attend. If you are unable to attend the meeting, we certainly would chat on the phone tomorrow and review the details. Looking forward to working with the CAO and Flower and Soul again. But Flower and Soul they made no donation. They didn't physically come down.
Right.
So certain vendors wanted to come down and donate toys. So we had Toys for Tots
Right.
with the police, the Halifax Police Department. And we had that outside, plus then we had the popcorn and all that other stuff. So that's what we did. So now from what I understand, that's not gonna happen at all. And now the vendors that wanna come forward, they have to rethink as to where they're gonna be. You know, they said something about the donations. I guess that people had a difficult time
I guess. I don't.
lugging the donations to I didn't see that, but, so in other words, we set up, there was a vehicle there, then the people brought their donations to there, or they brought it to our center, and we then just donated the unwrapped toys to.
Did you get a lot of toys last year?
Yeah, and then Flower and Soul made a donation. They said, could we bring our toys up? Because we did the same thing down here, and I said, I don't see where that's a problem. So they came up and brought their toys, their donations, they brought them up to the center. So all those toys, there was a lot of them, and they went in one of the.
So I guess they're gonna have to find someplace else for that, so they don't want that to be outside the COA. Which, I
She
don't know.
said, what Kim was saying is that it was difficult for people to lug the stuff to there, but I didn't see anything that was.
Yeah, because you got a lot of donations.
We
so-
got a lot of donations, but I didn't see anybody struggling to bring up
Right,
stuff
yeah,
to
that's
the-
what I mean,
another
but,
thing, but I guess. But they were saying mostly the fact that logistics, budgets, and staffing.
so, I don't know what you would know about your staffing, but, okay, so the COA is gonna be
So it seems like
closed.
this committee was formed prior to the October 7th meeting.
Well, it was like, Kim was always the chairperson and the co-chairperson
I
and
see.
Tanya, and then
Yeah,
I
Tanya
had filled out a talent bank form, and a couple of other people showed up that first meeting. So it was the 2 chair people and me and the other 2 people that filled out, a form that they wanted to be on the committee. And since they already had, like, those other 2 people, I said, well, I wouldn't be on the committee, but I would be the liaison for the library and the COA. And the plan was, and we are doing this with the library, is that we would meet. So I'm meeting tomorrow with Dylan, Maria, and Kim to what's happening at the library. So if you want, I can set up a meeting with me and you and Kim, so that then she can just bring it to holidays in Halifax. But the COA is not gonna be open, so I don't know, I think it's for everybody to talk about what involvement the COA wants to have. If you're not gonna have, they took Toys and Tots away, and then the
Snacks,
building's gonna be,
everything,
and no snacks in the building, absolutely not.
So what kind of involvement can you have? A table outside? I mean,
No, what we've always done, I've been here for 4 years. The 4 years that we've always done, we've always did something inside where you open it
Inside,
up and
right.
cookies and then.
right,
And that was this past year, it was just that we opened it, we had the Toys for Tots with the police department. So
And
that
that
was
worked
it.
out great.
And it was outdoors, so it wasn't like anybody brought things indoors, you know?
Right, but now they're moving that.
Mhm.
But
So
we,
now,
we
yeah.
could actually, you know, I don't know, do you want to meet with Kim and find out?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be at a conference now all this week, so,
Okay.
you know, from tomorrow on. Everybody's there today, actually. So I'm gonna be meeting, so I won't be able to meet with you
What about,
guys.
what about if I ask him to come to our next COA meeting?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Like, I don't think we can
So-
actually open the building.
Mhm.
That seems to be, and I don't know what the forces were, but that seems to be kind of like, that's what they're planning, to not have the COA building open.
That's a
Um,
sin though, because it's, you know, Pope's Tavern, it's just,
I know. But I think there'll be no food and drinks anywhere, in any of the buildings, so. And, the library's gonna have trouble navigating
It was a lot
that,
of
but,
mess.
mhm.
It was messy.
yeah. So.
And our building is-
So that's, I know that's building maintenance and that's
Right.
fine, we're not gonna get around any of that.
Right.
So it's kind of like, do we wanna do something outside the building with the building closed? And
Right.
that's probably what we should be thinking about, and maybe then meet with Kim at the next meeting.
I know. I'm just, you guys are on the committee, so whatever that committee wants our involvement, then we'll do it. It's not like I'm gonna decide, hey, I wanna do this, and then it doesn't fit your description of what you wanna
Right,
do.
right.
So that committee forms, in fact, I thought it was on one of the Board of Selectmen approval for a new member on the board. Somebody was, they had to go through and get accepted, so.
On the holidays in Halifax?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we already did that.
Yeah,
We
but
did that, yeah,
somebody got approved a couple
Yeah.
of meetings ago.
yeah.
Who was that person?
So it was Casey got approved, and I forget the other girl's name, but two people got approved to be on the
Right.
committee.
Okay, so then we got 2 new committee members then, right? this
On
year?
the holiday in Halifax
Correct.
committee, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so we have 2 new people, so that committee is gonna, they're gonna form that template for the departments to follow.
Right, but usually the departments say, well, this is what we want to do.
Oh, yeah, because that's what we've always said, that we opened a center, just like, because it was
Right, right.
consistent with whatever everybody else
So I
is
think if we sit down and meet with the committee and decide what we want to do, knowing that we have to keep the center closed.
I see.
But, or maybe.
Any ideas of what you'd want to do though? I mean, what can you do? You're gonna be outside cold.
Right,
Hand out pamphlets, what?
I know.
Can't be cookies.
Mm.
Or maybe. it
And
could
then,
be.
well, there's gonna be like the food trucks and everything
Right.
there too, and,
Oh, they're gonna have food trucks? Remember, they didn't want food trucks, now we got food trucks. but
oh,
then
there's
we-
gonna be like
I don't know.
6 or 7
Oh,
or 8
so
food
that's
trucks
cool, I
right
guess.
outside the
So now that's
building.
become a real popular thing now. So before it was not, they didn't want to have that because nobody could afford to be paying out that. Now it's like they used them last year and now it turned out great. And now then they probably see other towns using these foodies and the foodies now have become like the buzz.
Right,
So can you do snacks outside?
you could do snacks outside. I don't think they really care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm worried about people bringing snacks into the building. That's
Right.
gonna be a lot on Dylan,
Right.
keeping food out of the building. The food truck's gonna be right in the
Mhm.
parking lot, so.
Yeah,
But
people
that's
gonna
a
be cold.
library problem,
Right.
yeah.
And then they would just come in our building and sit in there and we had a lot to clean up.
So, and then but the other
We
good thing
did.
is, I think they're thinking about, and we talked about this at the meeting, having a skating rink in the library parking lot. There's
That'd
a
be cool.
company that comes in and brings
Oh.
a skating rink.
But then
And
you
then-
can't have the food trucks in the parking lot.
No, the parking lot, the food trucks are in the front, in the school parking lot, basically. In the
Oh, okay.
front of the building, in the front of the elementary school. This is sort of the library playground parking lot where they would set up
I gotcha.
a skating rink. So I don't know where that's going with
Right.
that. Santa's gonna be, I believe, in the community room, like none of this has been
So
talked to
the
Dylan.
library. What about Dick Steele reading?
Yeah, so, but that's all gonna happen in the library
Yeah.
on a schedule, so. I don't know how that's gonna go with with the town hall, because that's a lot of people
I know.
for the library to observe. I mean, the school's gonna be open, but that's the gym and,
I mean, the town hall is the focal point.
with the trains, yeah.
Where you gonna park the cars if you take over your?
Well, they never could park in the library parking lot anyway. First the food trucks were there, and then they got more food trucks, so now the food trucks are in front of the building. But it's usually like they would set up tables for people to eat at, plenty of barrels and stuff. But now, you know, they'll have to figure out where to put those tables and stuff. So I don't know, it's all very much up in the air, but I just wanted that the COA would be, you know, like closed, which,
I mean, if you don't have anything to offer, no one's gonna come by. A lot of people just come
Well,
in to
the
keep
building's
warm.
gonna be closed, that's
Right.
what it said in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are closing it in the town hall. So the thing is, because of the staffing, I mean, last year, what I did is like, I put all the buckets, you know, we brought it over to the dumpster. But it was a lot of
Mhm.
trash, you know, because because then they focus on trying to clean up all the candles, you know,
Right.
you know what I mean,
Bags,
the
yeah.
bags and stuff. That it's a big undertaking,
mhm.
and you know, to focus and narrow it down, I think makes sense. Kind of. They didn't even. I think they were gonna not even open the black.
So the blacksmith shop was never really opened anymore.
Okay.
But the Shays put out the, like a video right outside of
Right.
it, talking all about the blacksmith. And they're there talking to
Right.
people who come and,
Mhm.
you know, you can see the outside of it and stuff. It's just not safe to go in any
No.
longer.
Oh, okay. What about the
Um,
schoolhouse?
And then, so the schoolhouse last year had the chili contest at the schoolhouse, but that turned out to be kind of small for the chili contest. So this year, I think they're gonna set up the trains in the schoolhouse, because with the town hall being closed, and it was a lot of work to set up those trains
Mhm.
and everything, and then a lot of work to take them down. And the library was approached by the Oak Point, and they thought we could have the trains in the community room. And I said, no, you can't, because there's so much library programming that, yeah, maybe I could talk to them and have it like from Tuesday to that Sunday, but then that's gonna have to come down, because there's just too much going on at the library to have trains in there. So that, and we have the silent auction, so you can't use any other really part of the building for trains. So they moved those, the last I heard, to the schoolhouse. Which, I don't know. But, so that's it. So
Yeah.
do you want me to talk to Kim about, would you want to meet with Kim? Does anybody want me to meet with Kim?
Yeah,
We
I'd
can
like to
bring in
hear
the
what she
next,
has
but
to
would
say.
that give us enough time? The next meeting's in November.
I mean, I can meet with Kim, I can set up a time for, you know, to meet you,
Special
Diane, anybody that wants to come. We don't want to have a quorum, but.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's necessary to figure out what we are going to do going forward, if in fact we're gonna break history. You know what I mean? Because it's always been
Right.
this
Yeah.
way, and so do we not continue to go that way? So we
Yeah.
gotta figure out what we're doing here, so, because it's, you know, our time is, we have so many activities for our senior population, we have to focus on that.
So when
To add these
would
others
you
that-
want to meet with Kim? Like, what's the best day and time and?
That's Bill.
So,
Excuse me.
I,
Hi.
I don't, let
I'm
me
at
check
the
this
town hall.
calendar, because I'm gonna be
Everything all right? Yeah.
back.
Okay. Did David come by? Did
Probably
David come by?
November. Wait a minute, look at that. The first week in November,
No,
I
no,
guess.
still
And then we
there.
have, you know, then I have the November,
All right.
you know,
Okay.
11th. So, and it's the first week in November, you know, to me. It's unfortunate because we don't I don't have people that could stay even after, like I can stay after hours. We don't have people like my staff that can't do that.
So do you want to try maybe a Tuesday night? I will ask Kim if she can do a Tuesday night.
Tuesday nights, yeah, that would be the first week in November, the 4th.
Okay, do you want me to try that? And do you want to
see if we could do
Sometimes nights
that.
are hard for me, so,
Oh,
Okay.
with, really, so.
why don't we do a Zoom meeting? So much easier.
I'm
No,
not
there's
gonna
no
set up a
excuses.
Zoom meeting. I've had enough of Zoom meetings since last night at the library, so I am not doing a Zoom. I'm not being in charge of a Zoom meeting, and somebody's gonna have to help me log on. But I can come to the building, yeah. I can come to the building with you.
That way it could be wherever you are. You could be in your car, you know?
Yeah, you could be at home.
Yeah, or whatever, you know, if it got to be like nobody could make it till like 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, you know, just I'm saying.
I'm already asleep 4 hours.
Okay, that's
I'm
why.
watching Nurse Jackie now.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people can't make it that time, and then I see some meetings, selectmen meetings, how at 7 o'clock at night.
Okay, so I will get back to you on a time.
All right.
We'll try to do the 4th. And I don't know, Dolly, I mean, if Diane and I can meet, maybe we'll just report back to you.
Yeah, I'm not
Find
saying
out
I
her
can't
schedule, maybe we can
I
meet
just
just at
said,
the library during the day or
but
something.
I just said I can meet the first week in November.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, next week is just a little crazy,
Yeah,
but
All
I
right,
mean,
I'll
if
ask
you
her that
have to,
first week in November.
yeah, see if we can meet.
give
Or
me
we
a
can
couple
meet
of
at the
options.
COA.
Yeah. All right, so the 27th, October, possibility there. 28th is not a
No,
good
we'll
one.
do, I'll talk to her about the first week in November.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think that'll be the cleanest because then it's after all these activities next week too.
Okay.
And
I
see what
lost my
we would
agenda
like
again.
us to do. I guess that's
That's okay. You can run the rest of the meeting.
okay. So,
What? Oh, you know where I probably put the agendas? Did I put it in here?
give it to me back. Let's see, we change it now.
Yeah. Okay, no, I just don't have my,
That's all right, you got one now. You have one now. Right?
no, I need the agenda for today.
What
For
happened to all
today.
your
I don't know. How, but I need the minutes
I
too.
also had, yeah, but I had given
You
you
have
all
the
that.
minutes, because
I
you
know.
read them.
Wait a minute, hold on now. I got to make sure I have the one that has the, see, because you, where would they have gone? Like you.
I think those are my minutes.
No, I had them in front of me. But whatever, I was gonna give you clean ones, but then somebody took the other ones. Wait a minute.
Not me.
How was that? No, I did 7 of them. Wait a minute. It's very, here. Hold on. You can have these clean ones already. No, I brought this, the 7th one. So I'm gonna give you the whole kit and caboodle.
I don't need the, I just
I know, I
need
want
the-
you to take
okay.
it, so you won't
Okay.
lose it. No. Here, no,
It's gotta be in.
punch it. There goes everything. Everything, no, that's the 7th one.
Next
Okay.
Just take
time,
it.
There's a punch right there.
Fred,
If you don't.
next time I'll put my glasses on so I can see.
All right, if you don't need that. All right,
It's gonna
good.
come down to hit right
funny.
there. There you go.
Tuesday, on the meeting too.
Okay, so
We're good to go.
adjournment at what time?
Adjournment.
11:30.
Something. Wait, my phone
11:32.
says 11:33
11:33
in 2 seconds.
in 2 seconds.
It's my phone. Hey, this is your.